guys, what's going on, and welcome to a brand new video. This is your review for the Brentford 1, Leeds United 1, and what a bag boring game of football. What an absolutely terrible game of football that was, wasn't it, guys? I'm happy we got the point in the end, because in the end we could have lost the game, going 1-0 down in a game where in that second half, we've been poor at second halves, starting them, especially in the last couple of weeks, conceding early and that stuff. But today we were good in the second half. We actually held them out. We held them out in the second half. And then, yeah, the first goal, we'll talk about the goals first. The first goal came in the 70th minute. Jordan Henderson. Biol basically tapped it to him. The cross comes in and Biol basically just taps it to him, basically passes it to him. And then the shot looks like it might hit the post. It might be a bit wide. You're not quite sure. And then Biol gets his foot onto it, and then it goes past Perry and in the back of the net. It's harsh to blame Perry for the goal. It is harsh to blame Perry. I feel like if Biol doesn't get his foot to it, Perry actually saves it because his foot's going there. I think Perry either gets his foot to it or the ball hits the post. But Biol's got his foot to it and it's hit the back of the net, and we're 1-0 down. You're thinking, fucking hell, we're going to lose this game. In a game where we were probably the better team. We looked like the better team for most of it. Brentford were crap in this game. They played absolutely awful. And guess what? The subs again. Brendan Aronson and Willie Gnonto. Yes, Aronson wasn't involved in the goal, but he was involved in a lot of the good attacks we did, and he changed the game, in my opinion, because we'll talk about players, right? We'll talk about performances, but Tanaka was a ghost. Tanaka was invisible almost this whole game. Aronson at least gets on the ball, tries to find space, looks for the ball, tries to find space, tries to get onto it, and does stuff like that. Where Tanaka in this game, not saying always, but in this game, he was awful. He was a ghost. He just didn't find the ball at all, in my opinion. I thought he was poor. And Aronson gave us that extra spark that we needed, along with Gnonto. Gnonto and Aronson gave us that extra spark. And then we go 1-1. Gnonto's good cross into DCL. It was a nice cross, and DCL shouldn't miss from there. Middle of the goal, header, bang, in the back of the net. Good finish from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And it's 1-1. If he missed, I would have been raging because he can't miss from there. We talked about DCL's best attribute, and what's his best attribute? In the air. So he had to put that in the back of the net. He did. He's on fire now. What's that, 4-4 for DCL? He's on absolute fire right now for us. And it was a good finish. He got up there. He headed it perfectly into the corner, and it's 1-1. We run off celebrating. We should have probably got the ball and got back to the middle and tried to win it. But yeah, they went off celebrating, and yeah, I take the point in the end after a game where we could have lost, where we shouldn't have lost. We should have been nowhere near losing. We probably were the better team, as I've said. The heat map in the second half shows we had all the ball. The first half shows that they probably had most of the ball, Brentford, but the second half was all Leeds United. We just couldn't hit the back of the net. We just couldn't find chances in the final third. We just couldn't, execute what we needed to score. And yeah, it took a nice cross and a DCL header. A nice cross from Gnonto and a DCL header to get it 1-1. Sorry, boys. In a game where, first half for me was pretty even, average, not really anything happening. Second half was basically all Leeds United, and then you go 1-0 down, and you're like, oh, fucking hell. Being the better team, probably deserved the win, and then you go 1-0 down, you're like, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be like the Fulham game. We could talk about the penalty that would have been given to Brentford if it wasn't offside. That's soft, right? Early in the second half, DCL gets brought down, basically the exact same thing. Oh, guess what? No penalty, not even going to be looked at. But if it wasn't offside, the Brentford penalty would have stood, which, in my opinion, it was softest. It's a very soft pen and should never be a pen. Brentford should never have got a pen from that at all. But then the Leeds United one, if they're going to get the pen if it wasn't offside, then DCL should have got a pen when he got dragged down as well early in the second half. So it's like the rules. It's hard with football. Fucking hell, you get these rules and you're like, what's a penalty and what's not now? We only got saved because it was offside that a bullshit penalty didn't happen. But yeah, it ends 1-1. We'll go through players' performances, but no one was great. Perry in goal, 5.5. Strauch, I'll give a 6. He was decent. He actually, I remember there was one moment where they played a through ball, tried to play a ball through us, and Strauch got there and defended it well and blocked it. I thought overall good defensively. I'm going to give him a 6. Biol, I'm going to give a 6.5. I'll probably say he was my, I'll give him a 7. Biol gets a 7 for me. And I'm going to say he's man of the match. I think he was our best player on the pitch. I think Biol was good. And I'm going to give him man of the match. It's very hard to choose a man of the match in this game, in my opinion, because I think everyone was basically just average. So I'll give Biol a 7. Roden, I thought was all right. I'm going to give him a 6. Bogle, I thought was all right. I'm going to give him a 6.5. I thought he had a decent performance. Looks dangerous sometimes in attack, Tanaka, honestly, for me, gets a 4.5. I think he was the worst player on the pitch for us. He was invisible. I don't even know how many touches he got, but Watching the game live, I couldn't tell you. It felt like he didn't even get up to 10 touches watching it live. It looked like he was absolutely awful in that game. The only good thing he did was that header to Okafor that could have been a chance, and Okafor sprayed over the bar. You know, that was the only thing he did all game. How many touches did he have? He had 27 touches. Did not feel like that. It didn't feel like he got over 10. Like, it felt like he just wasn't in the game. He wasn't found. He didn't get into the positions to be found. He just poor, in my opinion. He was the worst player on the pitch. Ethan Ampadu, good performance, I thought, 6.5. Stack again, good performance. I thought he would look dangerous. And was the only player in that midfield, in my opinion, that looked like was going to create something and create a goal. So I'm going to give him a 6.5 as well. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 with Beal, but I'll give man of the match to Beal. So yeah, 7. Goodmanson, we need to talk about Goodmanson, because even though the penalty wasn't given, it's another thing. I know I said it was soft, but it would have been given. We have to talk about Goodmanson's defensive ability and the way he has cost us points this season. You look at Villa for a goal. You look at you look at the Chelsea game. Was that Bogle? No, that was Beal. That was Goodmanson. Wasn't it? I might be wrong, but I think that was Goodmanson. Then you look at the Fulham game, headed in his own net. You look at the Liverpool game when he lost the ball for the second Ekatike goal, and now this game, he basically gave away a penalty, and we were lucky that it was offside. So, yeah, he's cost us. He's made mistakes. I thought he wasn't good. I'm going to give him a 5. I'm just going to give him a straight 5. And then the two up front, I thought Okafor was good. I thought he looked dangerous. I thought he was our most dangerous player in that first half. I'm going to give him a 6. And then DCL, I thought, good in the air. He does well aerially. He got the goal. Good finish. I'm going to give him a 6.5 because he got the goal as well, and that probably boosted it up a little bit from a 6 to a 6.5. But yeah, good performance from them. You know, players that came off the bench, I thought the subs again. And people will say, well, why do we make them when we're 1-0 down? Fark was going to make them anyway, so Fark was going to make them before they scored. I think it was like 2 minutes before they scored. We were going to make the subs. Fark wanted to make the subs because they said on commentary, Aronson's ready to come on. Like 2 minutes before they scored, but the problem was the ball didn't go out of play, so the subs couldn't be made. So that's not on Fark. Then the goal happens, and then the subs get made, and it looks worse that, oh, wow, we're only making reactionary subs after conceding, but he was going to make the subs before we conceded anyway. And they came on, Willie Gnonto and Brendan Aronson. I thought both of them caused trouble in attack, caused some problems. Aronson gets on the ball and tries stuff. He gets a lot of like criticism because he actually tries stuff. He tries to get on the ball every time he tries stuff, and it doesn't pay off a lot of the time, which is why people get frustrated. But at least he's having a go, which is more that you can say for like players like Tanaka this game. I mean, Tanaka this game in my opinion, didn't try anything, and Aronson came on and got the ball every single. He wanted the ball found to him. He wanted the ball. Gnonto, good as well when he came on. As I said, the cross to DCL, great cross. We get the goal. I think both of them were good. I think I'm gonna give both of them a 6.5. You know, I'm gonna rate them because they came off the bench and did all right. So 6.5 for both of them, I would probably give. And I thought they made an impact again. It's the Gnonto and Aronson off the bench that's made an impact again, switching to the 4-3-3. And then we get the goal and we get the equaliser. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this performance. Probably could have won the game because I thought Brentford were absolutely awful in this game. They got a great home record this season, but they were absolutely awful in this game, and they were there to be got at, and we just couldn't capitalise and get the 3 points. But we get a point in that drag. That puts us 3 points above the relegation zone, which, yeah, that's an extra point ahead of West Ham. And yeah, I mean, if we can keep getting on the points week in, week out, you know, they say draw away, win at home, but it is frustrating when it's a game where you look at it and you look at the performances that Brentford played and you're like, probably should have won that game, you know, based off performance. But they say win your home games, draw your away games, and you should be fine. So hopefully we continue that. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know your man of the match. Let me know how you think we played. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.